The danger is to please an immediate public.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Artist Provocateur. I'm Josephat and today we're gonna be exploring Mauriziio Cattelan and David Atina's work. Mauriziio Cattelan once said, "I tend not to work with a specific person in mind. Art is a matter of statistics. It's not about individuals, it's about people." His works are an irreverent operation aimed at art and institutions. His playful and provocative use of gestures, materials, and objects put in challenging situations engages the audience and it starts conversations. Cattelan first achieved notoriety in New York City in '99 with his work The Ninth Hour, which is a wax sculpture of Pope John Paul II hit by a meteorite. In 2010, he created LOVE, a permanent installation set in Piazza Affari in Milan. In that very same year, Cattelan started his biannual picture-based publication Toilet Paper in conjunction with photographer Pier Paolo Ferrari. In 2011, he sparked conversation again with an installation of 200 stuffed pigeons. Then in 2016, one of his most controversial pieces came to the light. He created America, a fully functioning 18-karat gold toilet, which he used to replace one of the toilets at the museum and have it fully functioning for a whole year, inviting the audience to use it. In late 2019, his solo exhibition, Victory is Not an Option, had the golden toilet displayed there, and it was actually stolen from the museum. To this day, it's not yet been recovered. But today I'd like us to look at his most recent work. In December 2019, he presented Comedian, a banana duct taped to a wall. He previously used duct tape suspension in '99 for his piece A Perfect Day, where he duct taped Massimo De Carlo, art dealer, to a gallery wall. For Comedian, he purchased the bananas at a Miami grocery store for about 30 cents a piece. The gallery is exhibiting the work called Comedian, and I quote, "a symbol of global trade, a double entendre, as well as a classic device for humor." Cattelan himself said the banana is supposed to be a banana. However, perhaps the most controversial part about Comedian was its selling price. The 3 editions of Comedian went for about $20,000 a piece. Of course, the controversy always asks the question, has the artist gone too far? Is this even art? Can you call it art? Duct taping a banana to a wall. The Guardian called Comedian, and I quote, "questionably genius work. It calls to mind the old Lucille Bluth Arrested Development gag about rich people not knowing the price of a banana." Some critics say that Cattelan somehow duped a group of collectors into buying bananas for $120,000 a pop. Others, however, compared it to Andy Warhol's 1967 pop art Fruit. One of the collectors who purchased Comedian, Billy and Beatrice Cox, actually stated, and I quote, "We're acutely aware of the blatant absurdity of the fact that Comedian is an otherwise inexpensive and perishable piece of produce and a couple of inches of duct tape. When we saw the public debate sparked about art and our society, we decided to purchase it. We knew we were taking a risk, but ultimately we sensed that Cattelan's banana will become an iconic historical object." Of course, the purchase editions come with a certificate of authenticity, and the banana can be replaced as needed. The selling of the pieces garnered a lot of attention. It became a symbol on its own, and a lot of people started posting or otherwise creating replicas or alterations of it. Actress Brooke Shields, for example, posted on Instagram a selfie with a banana taped to her forehead and called it a very expensive selfie. Popeye's Chicken, in collaboration with the St. Paul Gallery Urban Art, actually created a version of Comedian where they duct taped a sandwich to a wall and then offered it for $120,003.99. And it actually became viral. Weirdest still is David the Tuna's Hungry Artist intervention. Right after the sale of Comedian, David the Tuna walked into the gallery, untaped the banana from the wall, and ate it in front of everybody. He called his intervention Hungry Artist, and the banana was later replaced. There was no charges, no legal action taken against him, but he was asked to leave the gallery. Finally, on December 8, 2019, Comedian was taken down from the gallery. There was so much people gathered to see it that the gallery was actually afraid they were going to damage other pieces, that the audience was going to damage other pieces. So they just took it down and they released the following statement. It says, Comedian, with its simple composition, ultimately offered a complex reflection of ourselves. We would like to warmly thank all those who participated in this memorable adventure, as well as to our colleagues. We sincerely apologize to all the visitors of the fair who today will not be able to participate in Comedian. Now, voluntarily or involuntarily, Mauricio Cattelan is calling our attention to what is the essence of art. If the materials are not important, if it's all replaceable, then what is really the piece of art? Is it just the idea? And if it is the idea, then how do you preserve it? How do you make sure that it's not just a matter of ownership? In a sense, what Cattelan does is he calls our attention to the way art is commercialized, to the way art is valued even. It's not the first time that an artist has bought a piece, a ready-made as it is called, and then repurpose it for his own use, but it is usually not this disproportionate. The fact that the bananas were 30 cents and that the piece sold for $120,000, it's in itself interesting. It can be many things. It can be alarming. It can even be a little unnerving. But the fact that matters is there is an idea there. There is an idea about what the piece is. I think the statement released by the gallery tells a very interesting story. They call Comedian an adventure, and they call the audience participants. So maybe Comedian is not about a banana taped to a wall, but it's actually triggering participation. It's about the way that we interact with it, what it creates in us, the feelings of anger and humor and laughter and absurdity that come with it.
Art performance. Art performance. Hungry artist. Yep. We respect Mauricio, but it's art performance, hungry artist. To the gallery. Thank you, very good. You have more? 150,000? That's been good.
You all notice the gentleman want publicity. Can we put another banana on the wall? I love your reactions. Yes, let's find another banana because you didn't eat the banana, it's a banana. I ate another one last night. Okay.
Alright guys, here are 5 questions to get us started on our conversation about Mauricio Cattelan and David the Tuna. Is humor a valid subject for art? Is art something that we can laugh about, or should it always be serious? If every piece in Comedian is replaceable, then what is the piece of art? Where does it live? Where does it reside? How do you store it? How do you display it? How do you preserve it? Is virtuosity a necessity for artists anymore? Mauricio Cattelan doesn't even touch his pieces, but does the artist need to be a great musician or a great painter in order to create art? Is there a technique that has to be dominated? If we value the experience in art, does it even need to have a physical form? How do you translate an idea into a piece of art? What other objects can you think of to resignify and use as a piece of art that is fueled by humor? Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave your comments below, and I will see you next time.